Welcome to my fish room.
And then we all covered in slime, it'll be empty and disgusting. But, you know, you gotta feed them. They do some of their food sourcing through photosynthesis. They have the zooxanthellae, which is a symbiotic algae inside their tissues. The cellular waste gets passed to the zooxanthellae, and the zooxanthellae uses that as fertilizer to grow, and then the zooxanthellae produces sugars, and the sugars are passed on to the animal host. So it's a whole symbiotic relationship, and there's usually 4 different kinds of zooxanthellae in each animal. But you never know which one's going to be dominant. You'll have one dominant and the other 3 are just there. And if conditions change to favor the other one, this one will get expelled and that one will come. You've heard of the coral bleaching? That's what is expelling the zooxanthellae. So when they expel the zooxanthellae, they have very little left in them to do photosynthesis to give them energy, which is why that's a bad thing, because then the coral's not growing during that period of time. So they're not able to heal, they're not able to make new skeleton, etc. So bleaching coral, it's bad. If you make the conditions good again right away, everything just grows back, then you've got no problem. Okay? So, you got to put those elements back in, like iron and manganese. This is basically a growth stimulator, okay? Makes the corals grow faster because it has all the stuff in it that they need. Essential elements. This is basically a long-lasting iodide supplement. See, iodine is one of those things you got to have, but if you got too much of it, it'll kill you. So, this we usually recommend putting in the filter. That way, a fish doesn't have a chance to swim through a cloud of iodine before it dissipates. Because, you know, they get in a whole bunch of iodine and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, we drink bleach every day. But if we chug a bottle of bleach, things are going to go badly. I was cleaning a freshwater tank down on Wellesley Street once. Plastic plants were looking really filthy. I wanted some bleach. I want to bleach them out. So I put it in the nurse's station. I said, yeah, you got any bleach? Oh, what do you want it for? Oh, for the fish tank. Oh, okay, you use it for that. Because some of our patients, they drink it. It was a mental ward. Okay, so then this is phytoplex. This is this. Okay. Phytoplankton means plant-based plankton. This isn't a preservative, this is live. So when you keep it live, you got to keep it in the fridge, otherwise it'll really stink. Live is always better, okay? You see, this one here, it's fed with this stuff, algae grow fertilizer. Now you can grow algae using Miracle Grow. It just won't have the correct nutritional supplement profile, so your algae will be deficient in things. This here, growing with this, it's a middle-of-the-road algae. There's many different kinds, there's thousands of different kinds of algae, but this one is evenly balanced most in everything. It's not deficient too bad in anything, and it's not too high in anything, so it's the most common one that we use around here. For different animals, you're going to use different things, because the rotifers here, baby clownfish, our damselfish, will eat it no problem. No, the Sergeant Major. Sergeant Major is also a damselfish, won't eat these at all. They're born the same size as a clownfish, they don't eat it. What they eat is the copepods. And it's all about the movement. These guys are kind of spastic, and it's that jerky thing that makes the baby fish want to eat it, whereas the rotifers, they kind of have these things on top of their head and they spinning around like rotating, so it makes the clownfish want to eat them, but the clownfish will also eat this. Just these are easier to culture, so we feed them that. Then once they, get to be about 14 to 20 days old, you have to feed too much of this because your babies are getting bigger, that's when you switch them over to brine shrimp. Now, a baby brine shrimp has no highly unsaturated fatty acids in it, HUFAs. And if you feed clownfish exclusively on that, they don't have the HUFAs, they die of sudden shock syndrome. You literally scare them to death. If they get startled, they'll all keel over and hit the bottom, and that's it. So you hatch the brine shrimp out for 24 hours. You leave them sit in the bubbling container for 24 hours because when they're in first instar, they have no mouth and they have no bum. So they can't eat. After 24 hours in first instar, they go into second instar where they molt, they grow a mouth and a bum, and you put them in green water for the next 24 hours because that's how long it takes them to fill their belly. You want that belly full of food to feed your baby fish. So you hatch one day, sit one day, feed one day, and their lunch the next. So you have a whole trio. Like we raised fish at the store, and it was kind of fun because you have all the babies there and they're eating and they swim around because they're so cute when they're tiny. Like that. So then of course you got the other things like this is Chromoplex. It's another phytoplankton, but it's one that enhances colors of your corals and stuff. Because if you feed the green water, you'll get good color in your coral, but if you feed just the phytoplex, your corals won't be as nice a color. There's your purple tech, makes coralline algae grow. You know that purple algae like see over there where the anglerfish is that nobody can find? Well, there's coralline algae recycled. That's why they can find them, because it's the same color. This stuff makes that grow. Zooplex. So you got phytoplankton and you got zooplankton. Phytoplankton is plants, zooplankton is animal. So this is rotifers and copepods. Those are both zooplankton, algae is phytoplankton. What is the largest migration in the entire world? And it happens every 24 hours. Copepods. In the ocean, they spend the day deep in the water. Every night they come to the surface. And there's more copepods on this planet than there are of any other animal. The distance, by our standards, it's like 600-700 feet. When you're this size, 600-700 feet is a long way to do every night and every morning, your entire life, which is only about 15 to 25 days long. Now, and to them, water is like glue. Like, if we were a copepod, I think we could jump 14 feet. That would be cool. And swim through the air. And then of course you get the other trace element, strontium. This is just a coral vitamin. And that's the iodine we already talked about. Okay? Alright. Well, thank you very much. Bye.